What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And today I wanted to ask you guys a very serious question. Which one of these right here are you willing to trust your life to? So very simple question, but overlooked by many people. There's a lot of aftermarket mags out there for Glocks, the AR platforms, and you've got to take into consideration the quality of the manufacturing process with those. Probably one of the most famous manufacturers of aftermarket high quality magazines is definitely Magpul. Magpul, I just realized I'm wearing a Magpul shirt while I'm talking about Magpul mags. So guys, anyways, Magpul has produced some really high quality stuff for AR platforms, the pistol market, and they really do stand behind their product. When it comes to buying aftermarket mags, that's something you have to ask, are you willing to trust your life to it? Now, I'm not saying that factory mags can't fail. I'm not saying that factory mags are gonna last forever, but if you're gonna spend $8 for a magazine as compared to 38, which is what the manufacturer's mag costs, there's probably a reason. Now, Magpul has stepped into the market, ETS group has stepped into the market, and there are some others that I've tried over the years that just didn't work out so well. So specifically today, we're gonna talk about Magpul and ETS mags because those are the two that I have been running for several months now on pistols, rifles for years, and I've never had problems except for the Magpul AR mags. If the bolt's closed, you can't load a full mag in there. It's just way too tight. You can if you hit it with a hammer, but that's a story for a different day. So we'll check a couple of these mags out up close, the ETS mag, the Magpul mag, and just kind of give you guys my thoughts on them and some of the stories that are out there on them. Some of them are true, some of them are not true, some of it people just making stuff up on forums. But there are long-term issues when it comes to a completely polymer-based mag, leaving them loaded, how much you're using them for practice and all that. And then you've got to make that end determination whether you are willing to run those mags every day in your carry and hope they work, which most likely the higher end ones will, or if you want to carry the factory mags, which is what I do. I use all of my other ones for training so I don't have to beat up the factory mags. But when it comes to everyday carry and what I carry at work with me and everything, I only carry the actual Glock factory magazines. I do not use aftermarket mags for, self-defense or combat application or work use. So let's check these out up close between the Magpul stock and ETS mag, and hope you guys get a better understanding of what these magazines are all about. So let's get into this. Okay guys, so what I've got here is some of the ETS mags, specifically the big extended bad boy there. One of their standard size 17 mags. The Magpul, I think this is a 21 rounder. Yep, 21 rounds. The standard 17 Magpul P mag, and then a Glock factory Gen 5 mag right here. So all of these mags serve a specific purpose, right? If you need that ultra high capacity, you're gonna go for one of these. I use specifically the kind of low name manufactured mags for training only. Now, the Glock factory mag, obviously everyone has seen this being the Gen 5, so you've got your reversible magazine release notches in it as you do the Magpuls and as you do the ETS. But the difference between most of these aftermarket mags and the Glock factory mag, besides the follower color, is going to be those steel feed lips right there. Now, that is from the factory the way they wanted it. There's steel in here and there's a polymer over it. And I can tell you, these mags are going to last through hard use a lot longer than either of these. Now, Magpul has been a great company and they have really kind of revolutionized the market with magazine stuff, but the magazine is all polymer based and it's a little bit thicker on the lips here, but I have over time, even in the AR mags, I have broken these lips just from training and from hard use and just getting old. You leave those things loaded forever. But Magpul does have some really good high quality points to it, specifically being in the base of these magazines. Now, when you look at that, you can see the base is a little bit wider and it's got some serrations kind of right there on the side of it. Now, what those do is it gives you a little bit more meat to grab onto right here should you have to strip a magazine out of a gun. If you've got a stovepipe or a partial fed round, you may have to grab on this and pull really hard to get that out. The Glock magazines don't give you much to work with in the way of something to strip it out of there, which is why a lot of guys in the military and law enforcement get different base plates or the regular size magazine. And they did go and give you a nice little lip there on the bottom, you can see, and that would aid in stripping that magazine as well. Does feel a little bit, I don't know, not necessarily cheap to me, but it feels a little thin. It flexes quite a bit in here on the sides, and that's a little bit concerning. It flexes quite a bit more and quite a bit easier than the factory Glock mag. Floor plates to pretty much mirror the exact size of Glock's factory magazines. They do work. Like I said, I use these guys all the time. I've never had serious issues with them. But when it comes to duty carry, defensive carry, I'm not going to carry an aftermarket magazine just because I have seen more failures. Not a lot, but I have seen more failures, failure to feeds, broken feed lips, failure to lock back on the last round with aftermarket mags than I have ever seen on the factory mags. I've only experienced issues once or twice with aftermarket mags, whether they be PMag or ETS, but it's just one of those questions of what do you trust your life to? I'm gonna go with the factory mags, but I don't wanna beat the factory mags up consistently in training and at the range, so that's why I keep these bad boys. So we'll get up into the chair and give you my final thoughts on these aftermarket magazines by PMag and, by Magpul and ETS Group. So you guys can see up close, overall these mags kind of have some benefits and some don't. That Magpul mag has a really nice body design. They've got that really nice base that can help you. It's a little bit extended. It's got some serrations on it. Where that, specifically the Gen 5 one, the factory mag for the Glock, it doesn't really have any of that. And then that ETS mag is designed really similarly to the Glock factory mag. In fact, a lot of Glock factory mag extensions will work on the ETS mags. But the problem you have with both of those aftermarket scenarios is, unlike the factory Glock mag, you don't have the actual metal feed lips in there. And I know people over time, even on the Magpul P mags for rifles in hard use, duty use, and leaving them loaded for a long time, both of these lips are eventually probably going to wear, or you're going to, gall or crack them from just use over time, which is fine. Like I said, I use these for practice, range use, and I beat them up hard. I drop them in the dirt, I step on them, I throw them around. I don't care. They're my practice magazines. You can buy 10 P mags for almost half the cost of what you can buy 10 factory Glock mags, which is why I use them for training. And then I keep my Glock factory mags pristine, clean, and ready for duty and self-defense use. Overall, guys, I think these are great magazines for training and for stuff like that. Like I said, I personally wouldn't carry them for self-defense, duty, protection, military, any of that. I do carry Magpul P mags that way, but they have a little bit better of a reputation than some of the pistol mags. There were a lot of guys having some cycling issues and some issues with last round empty chamber lockback on some of the P mags. I've never experienced that with either the ETS or the P mags. There are guys out there that are saying it. I can't verify whether that's 100% true or not. There's some videos out there. Could be a gun issue, could be a mag issue, I don't know. So great products either way. It's just what's your application, guys. Like I said, the question at the beginning of the video, are you willing to trust your life to a $10 mag, or do you want to go with that stock one? As always, guys, you like, share, subscribe, stay safe, stay ready, get that range time in, guys. Get you some of these for cheapy practice mags so you don't have to bang up your Glock ones. I will see you on the next one.